Yeah, I don't know that you can see the mountains over there, but yeah, they're covered with snow. And today we're heading over to my favorite store to do a little bit of shopping. So, let's get with it. Welcome back to the 7th of January, everybody. It's a beautiful day outside. Yeah, we are expecting snow and rain mixed today and freezing temperatures all day tomorrow. So, yeah, I figured today would be a good day to get to my favorite store to do a little shopping. Well, there we are, boys and girls. Our brand new, very own Tractor Supply store. This is a brand new store. It's only been open for several months now. There's another one the other way of me. They're both about a half hour, 20 minutes drive. But I like this one. There's less travel problems getting around road construction and that sort of thing and congestion to get to this one. Anyway, we're going to go inside and do a little bit of shopping, and when I'm done, I'll show you what I got. Well, folks, I can honestly say I don't think Tractor Supply Company is going to be one of my all-time favorite stores to shop at. A lot of empty spots in there. I came over with a big, long list of stuff to find. I even was going to look at some boots. They didn't even have their boots priced yet, and so I'm not going to shop them if I don't know what they're pricing. I did find an SMV, though, that I need to put on the back end of the H or something, but they didn't have the little bracket in stock that attaches to the back of the sign and then to the implement so you can take the sign off and on and change it around to whatever else. So, yeah, I may end up having to go over across the street here down the road a ways to a place called Cal Ranch and get that there. But from the looks of the storm that's coming, I think I may just go to the drive-thru, grab something to eat for breakfast, and head back towards the house. I don't think I want to be driving around in this blizzard that looks like it's coming. Say, why do brides always wear white? Any ideas? It's because the dishwasher color should match that of the refrigerator and the stove. All right, we're between gusts of wind, rain, and snow right at the minute. So I thought I'd come out and install a 1/4-inch hook on a piece of chain I have and talk to you a little bit about why I'm a little bit disappointed with Tractor Supply Company. This particular hook, I bought it 2 days ago down at the local farm and ranch store here in town, just a couple blocks from me, for $3.99. Yeah, the other two I bought from them, $3.99. I looked up the receipts. And I went back online today to Tractor Supply Company's website just to double check. Same dadgum hook, $17.99. Yeah. Almost, what, 14 bucks more, 13 bucks more for the same hook at Tractor Supply Company. And then there was this. If you remember back a week or so ago, I took a pair of 15-inch front tractor tires over to that store to return that I'd accidentally ordered online. When I say accidentally, I discovered that they were charging $149.99 a tire. Yeah, I could have bought two of the same size tire off of eBay for $139.99, which I actually did last night. But Tractor Supply had those tires I returned on their rack, on the shelf, still listed at $149.99. Hadn't discounted them or anything. So, yeah, I don't know about them. So, yeah, I think Tractor Supply is not going to be my new favorite shopping mall. No. Say, we've all heard the term Murphy's Law, right? It means if anything can go wrong, something will go wrong. But have you ever heard of Cole's Law? Yeah, it's thinly sliced cabbage. Get it? Cole's Law. Oh, it's sad. It's sad. Well, looky here at what FedEx has delivered today. Bunch of stuff from HaasTools.com. Yeah, the gardening supplier stuff. Yeah, they got garden supplies of all sorts. And a short time later, that showed up today. That is from the Bolt company. That contains a bunch of nuts and washers. And the reason why I knew that was coming today, UPS sent me a text message at 4:30 this morning telling me it was coming. Yeah, I just really loved that, right when I was getting some good sleep. Now, before we go and get all excited taking that Haas stuff into the house, turn into those boxes and that kind of thing, I want to let you know I did get a phone call today from the machine shop that's working on the 1952 Farmall Super M engine of mine. If you recall, what was it, a week ago or so, they called me up and said it had cracked down into one of the ports. In fact, it was so bad the hardened exhaust valve seat came out of the head and just dropped out where it was cracked and busted. So yeah, that's what that is. So I took him a different head from my buddy Dale's place, the guy with the junkyard out there, 20-30 miles from here now. Anyway, it looked to be like it was okay. Well, they got into it and it was even in worse shape, or so they told me. So I finally decided to bite the bullet, stop throwing dollars after pennies, or however that saying is, and I broke down today and ordered a brand new cylinder head casting from Allstate's Ag Parts. Yeah, all about $1,200 worth of that cylinder head, and it's just the head. It still needs to be machined and have all the guts put in it and all that kind of thing, including hardened seats and whatnot. So yeah, if it ain't one thing, it's something else. Anyway, that new cylinder head should be here sometime middle of next week or so. Then we'll take it over to the machine shop, drop it off with them, pick up the other bad head, and take the two bad heads to the scrap iron dealer and let them have at it, because they ain't worth saving. Anyway, that's an update on that for now. Now let's get inside where it's warm, out of the wind and snow, and dive into those Haas boxes. Say, if you have a green ball in your left hand and a green ball in your right hand, what does that mean you have? That means you have Kermit the Frog begging for mercy. I got everything set up here in the living room where it's warmer. No, I do not have a fire going in the fireplace there, simply because the wind is blowing so hard. The doors are rattling on the front of that thing, and all it would do is just suck the heat and fire and everything right up the chimney, and I don't need that. No. Don't need that. That isn't going to help heat the house today. So, yeah. By the way, it is still snowing. It is 29 degrees outside today with a 30-mile-an-hour wind, so do the math. That's pretty darn cold. Yeah, let's see. Okay, this thing is a fertilizer kit. Goes on a garden hose, and then you run the drip line or whatever you're doing out to the garden to fertilize your garden area. Yeah, this is a connection for the hoses for that. Goes on the garden, and then garden hose goes on. And it's basically just a little tank. Let's see here. Got it upside down, I think. Maybe. Maybe I don't. Why is it not coming up out of there? Oh, stuff stuck in the other end, like one of these things. And we'll open this end. Anyway, yeah, this little fertilizer kit is something I'd seen a while back that Haas has come up with. Thought it was a pretty neat little idea. Yeah, you can tell the light's getting brighter and darker in here. It's just the storm rolling through. I guess we could turn on some lights. Hadn't planned on it though. Anyway, instructions on how to do it. This is the gizmo here. You got the two lines coming through here. One pressurizes the pot, one injects the water out to the system. Yeah, this end's got to come out. There we go. It isn't a very big contraption. Kind of on the small side, really, if you ask me, but it does the job. There it is. Right here. Yeah. You unscrew this lid. Put your water-soluble fertilizer in there. Screw the lid on. Attach everything up to that little brass fitting with the poly hoses. Fills this full of water, helps makes the fertilizer dissolve. And then it squirts it out and gets into the line going to the drip tape or the garden hose, whichever you got. Kind of a neat little idea from Haas. There you go, right there. There's their logo. Fertilizer injector. And that's exactly what that thing is. And by golly, we're going to give it a whirl this year. I just looked again. It's 32 degrees out there. That's why the snow is still coming down. I said a minute ago it was like 29 or something. It isn't. Now, in this big box, here's the packing list of everything that I got coming. There's quite a little bit of stuff. Left plow, right plow, seeder repair kit, fertilizer injector, which you've already seen, drip tape layer attachment, double wheel hoe, and some 15 mil drip tape and irrigation set. Yeah, so I got not only the fertilizer injector, but I also got, to go on the end of the garden hose, a filter kit. This goes on your spigot on the outside of the house or hydrant, whatever you got. This contains a filter. This cap under here comes off so you can flush or drain the filter. I may end up putting a little ball valve kind of a thing on there. You can get them from your garden hose stuff. And this white gizmo up here on the end, this big long piece, is a pressure regulator. It puts it down to 12 psi. And then this fitting is for the main line of poly pipe that you run out along to the end of your garden. And if my memory serves, there should be some little gizmos that you poke a hole in this, and then you can run the drip tape off of this. Anyway, what I've got all bundled up here is, let me show you a picture here of what I got. This setup, okay, comes with your roll of tape, the poly pipe, which I just showed you, the pressure regulator, which I just showed you. Comes with a bunch of fittings to hook all the pipe and hoses and everything together, plus a little punch to punch holes in the poly pipe so you can attach the emitters, or to the drip tape so you can attach the emitters wherever you want them, or no, to the pipe. Excuse me. The tape is punctured like every 12 inches or so. So yeah, this is a complete kit. Extra valves you can purchase and stuff to go with your fertilizer injector, and it tells you how to set everything all up, that kind of thing. And when you get to your tape, it's got this real easy little deal to slip on the end of the tape to seal off the end of the tape at the end of each row. Yeah, real simple way to do it, and a lot of explanation. Even got myself a sticker. Grow Haas. Yeehaw. Love it. Anyway, yes, I do really like the Haas tools and equipment. It is good quality stuff. This wheel hoe that I mentioned is the device used to bury the tape. And it comes with a pair of shovels that you can angle. Digs up the dirt, basically makes a hill. You can also use these shovels to hill potatoes and corn plants. Yeah, or you can reverse it around this way on a wheel hoe to dig yourself a corrugate or whatever. Now, all of these parts from Haas, like these, will interchange with everything made by Planet Junior, which is one of the reasons why I like them so well. Haas copied a lot of stuff to a point, and it works. Let's see what else we got in here. Okay, there's some of the tubing connectors and whatnot. for both the tubing and the tape. Now this thing is a replacement part for my Haas seeder. Those of you that have been with my channel a long time have seen this thing. It sits on top. You put your seed in here. This thing goes round and around. There's holes in the bottom of this for your seed to drop through and the drive shaft to go up into. Yeah, it's like the Planet Junior seeders, just a little different. Metal chain drive. Yeah, some wood parts in there, some metal parts. Very few plastic parts. I needed a new cover because the mice got into my old silicone cover. That's what this is made out of. So, yeah, I ordered some parts from my seeder, which I have here in the garage. I've had that for a few years. Let's see. What else is down here? Oh, these are the little rectangular deals that go on the end of the tape. To when you fold the tape over twice, after you stuff it through once, it slides back the other way and pinches it, holds it so it doesn't leak out. Now, what else have we got in this big box? Ooh, that's heavy. Ooh. Another package of stuff. Some more connectors with the little pin on them to attach to the poly pipe with the flat tape connecting on the other end. And this little gadget, I can reach down in there, is the little hole punch deal. Punch the holes in the poly pipe there so you can hook the tape emitters up to it. Yeah. Now, this big thing, wiggle it up out of the box. Ah! That must be part of the hoe itself. That is heavy. Let's see, we'll roll it over this way. What do I do with it? There it is. Yeah, like I said, we're going to try to do a little bit of gardening this year. I'll explain more to you later on what I'm talking about when I say victory garden. It was something that came around World War I and World War II. To help feed the nation, because most all of the farmer-grown food stuffs was going to the boys that were fighting overseas. So we had to feed ourselves here at home. Okay, this box contains wheel hole manual. They got all sorts of different types of hose. This is the thing we're going to be putting together today, is this thing right here, the tape layer. Yeah, so, and that's, some of the parts are in here, but they got oscillating hose that go on them. You can get these wheel hose with 1 or 2 wheels, just depending on what you want to do. They even have one they call a high arch model. It is for cultivating corn. I have one of these. It's an original Planet Junior. So we're going to restore that as one of the projects coming up this spring. And we may order one of these too, so we can compare the two. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, here are, get this up out here. This is the thing that holds the spool of drip tape. And this deal here, I'm not sure exactly what this part is yet. But it does have the 2 big long spiky nails that holds the end of the drip tape, so that you can, that'll hold it at one end of the garden, so you can go to the other end of the garden with the wheel hole and plant, as it were, your tape. You know, let's see. I've not pulled this stuff out of the box yet, so I'm not sure what it all is. Okay, now this thing, the spool of drip tape goes on here, and these little wing nuts tighten up on either side of this gizmo that sits in there, and that's what gets you your tension to keep that tape unrolling and keeping it flat. It's just like big farm equipment, it's just smaller. Same kind of idea, and this is new. Some of their stuff isn't really new. It's Planet Junior stuff from 100 years ago. This is another guide piece for the tape to run around through. Comes down off of here, feeds down through this square tubing that's right there, and it goes down to that other roller which is underneath it. That's just a guide to help get everything going in the right direction. Now, let's see what's in these two boxes here. All right, there's two boxes here, and they contain the perforated drip tape. Like I said, this is supposedly perforated like every 12 inches or so for water to dribble out. And you bury this stuff underneath the surface, and then you can run the wheel hoe planter, or the Haas planter, or the Planet Junior planter right alongside of that. And even though this is 12-inch spacings, there'll be enough moisture in the ground to water your plants all the way along the whole entire length of the thing. So that's what is in the other two boxes that's in this one. I even got a coupon thing here for the Haas Gardening Club. Do you get a discount? 15% off the very first box you get. They will send you stuff all year, different seeds, different tools or whatever. You'd have to go online and see what all they offer, and whatever they send you is what they give you, but it's usually geared for your area. So yeah, kind of a neat little deal. Okay, now these big boxes from Haas, pardon my backside. Oh, well, there's the wheel and some of the other parts of the hoe. Wheel hoe kit for the tape layer comes with a great big welded steel wheel, so no flat tires. In fact, it comes with two of them. Here's the other one. So this is the main frame, and the wheels mount on the other side there. This is stamped Haas USA on it, but it's dang near identical to that of a Planet Junior piece, other than this is stamped steel, and Planet Junior was, the early ones were cast iron, and the later ones were stamped steel just like this. In fact, that, if you didn't know it was made by Haas, you'd swear it was a later Planet Junior piece. Yeah. As I was saying, these longer boxes usually contain the handles, which are there in the box. They aren't the Planet Junior style, which was a pistol grip kind of a thing on the end. These are the bent handlebars. Comes with a spacer rod that goes in between them, which you glue in place. This steel rod here is threaded, so you can tighten it down, holds it together. And then when you're done with that, you definitely want to put some linseed oil or something on these to help preserve them and keep them from shrinking and drying out. Not that that's usually a problem. And it comes with 4 duckbill cultivator feet and all their mounting hardware in with this. So we'll sit down here for a minute, put the whole thing back together. There's what it looks like without the tape layer attachment. We'll put the tape layer attachment on it, and you can see what it looks like when it's done. Yeah,